Hello, welcome to the Perfume Experience. My name is Rodney. We are back again with another video. This is a review video for three private blends from the house of Perfumekart. So if you recall, I did get a discovery set from the house of Perfumekart quite some time back, and let's do a review on their private blends. So on that note, let's get started. So the first one on this list is basically their most popular one, and this is called Wooden Spice. So I have Wooden Spice, I have Dreamcatcher, and then I have FALL'22. Okay, so these are the three ones that we are going to review, and the first one, like I said, is Wooden Spice. So it comes in this small sample bottle, right? So like the name says, you can figure out that it's got woody elements and it's got spicy elements to it. Let's do a spray and then check. Right, so the moment it opens up on a nice aromatic woody light pepperiness onto it. I would say that it's, I think, got hues of pink pepper, okay, and less of black pepper, so more of pink pepper use. And you can also think about spices like cinnamon, that kind of note. And but the very prominent note to it, along with the woody ones, is vanilla. Okay, so there is sandalwood, and I think there are other woody notes. I think maybe cedar as well, but I think I can smell sandal pretty well in this. But it's that vanilla note that is there, which is really making this fragrance really good. Now this particular fragrance, it's got a very powdery feel to it as well. So when you put it on, you can kind of get that vanilla, that slight pepperiness and the woody notes, and it continues that way for quite some time. You can easily get about 6 hours, at least close to about 6 hours on skin, and you can get about 7 hours plus on apparel. So in terms of performance, it's really good, and it projects well also to easily about 3 feet at least. So good projection, and I really like the scent profile on this particular one. It will give you use of Armani Code Absolute, or let's say any other woody fragrances that you've considered. It kind of will remind you slightly on those lines, but I think that vanilla note is really nice, so that way it differentiates a bit. But it's a beautiful scent to wear, especially if you like for something for office wear. You want something nice, which is attractive, which can get you compliments, and it's not your typical citrus fresh fragrances, but something nice, unique. You can definitely consider this. I kind of like this a lot, and the performance is very good on this one as well. So Wooden Spice, definitely a good fragrance from this house. You can definitely consider this, and we'll talk about price points later, but I think scent profile wise, it's really nice. The dry down is very nice. You will get a good lasting on this, and you can definitely expect compliments on this one as well. It's a good fragrance from this particular house. It is Wooden Spice. So the next one on this list is called FALL'22. Now, as the name says, it will remind you more of a fragrance that is well suited for autumn, spring, that kind of a thing. And of course, if you smell this particular fragrance, let me put one on my skin, and then let me try one on the strip. Now, the moment you put it on, you kind of will realize that it's got floral notes like patchouli, it's got rose, it's got some earthy elements to it, and it's got a little bit of a mild ambriness to it as well. So it kind of works on this particular fragrance tone all throughout. The thing is about this particular fragrance is, I think in terms of performance, it's not great. Okay, while Wooden Spice will give you like easy 6 hours, this one for me at least was doing about 3 to 4 hours time. And this is a soft fragrance. When I say soft, it is not a very strong projection kind of a fragrance at all, but in terms, it is more lighter. It is it will create a nice bubble around you, that kind of a fragrance. It is good for office use, and I would say it's a very unisex fragrance. And I think if you want to be with a feminine friend, then I think this will work very well, because it has got those lines or hues of notes to it, which leads more towards unisex and feminine side of fragrances, right? So, but it's a good fragrance. It's got nice elements of those flowers and patchouli, that earthiness, maybe slight hints of vetiver, I would say, along with some vanilla and some woody notes at the base. But right at the top, you have those floral notes, especially with slight mixes of rose and slight mixes of patchouli. So it's a good fragrance. I like it, but it's just that in performance it's a little lower. So this is FALL'22. It's a decent fragrance when you consider floral earthy blends. Now for the last one on this particular house that I have tried, which is called Dreamcatcher, and very aptly named, very beautiful fragrance, and you will know why, right? So this particular fragrance has got notes of bergamot, peach, musk, jasmine, patchouli, vanilla. It's got sandalwood, it's got cedar, all of that, and it makes for a wonderful fragrance. And this is something that you will absolutely love. Okay, I am really saying this. If you consider woody fragrances, though it's got bergamot, it's got that musk, it's got that jasmine, and it's got peach, it's got orange, that combination is amazing. I truly think this is a beautiful fragrance. Of the three that I have, this Dreamcatcher is my absolute favorite, and it projects well, it performs well, it's got good performance, at least 6 hours easy on skin and 7 to 8 hours on apparel. And the dry down is really nice. The dry down is very vanilla, very woody kind of a dry down. The dry down will remind you slightly of Viktor and Rolf Spice Bomb. Okay, so it will definitely remind you of that at some point of time, but the opening is just amazing. It's that beautiful fragrance where those citrus, that orange, that peach, those flower notes like jasmine and vetiver, all of that is coming together, and it's creating this wonderful bubble around you, which is like fruity, floral, woody notes and all of that. And then you have that dry down, you have sandalwood, you have cedar, you have vanilla. So that opens up and creates a nice, beautiful dry down, and this is beautiful fragrance. I really think you should definitely give this a try. So if you ask between Wooden Spice and Dreamcatcher, I would say Dreamcatcher is a good way to go. So again, depends on what you want. If you want a more woody, spicy kind of a fragrance, then I think you can definitely consider Wooden Musk. But if you want a fragrance which has got slight hints of citrus notes, slight floral notes, and a lot of woody notes along with vanilla and all of that, then definitely Dreamcatcher. That opening note is beautiful. It will remind you a bit of talcum, it will remind you a little bit of the powdery notes, but as it keeps going, the dry down is just fantastic. This was definitely a beautiful fragrance from this particular house, Dreamcatcher, from the house of Perfumekart. And all of these are private blends, so these are not inspired from anything, but of course, since all fragrances will have notes of different things, and when blended together it will remind you of some things. So that's why I said that this might remind you of Code Absolute from the house of Armani, which is a very woody kind of a fragrance. So this is Wooden Spice. And Fall, I didn't really get any resemblance to anything, or at least maybe I have not tried a lot of unisex fragrances, so I'm not too sure on that. But definitely Dreamcatcher will give you slight hints of spice bomb, so that way this is a good fragrance to try, right? So all of them are good in terms of their performance, except barring FALL'22. I would like to try the other ones as well. Now let's look at it in terms of their pricing. So all of them are priced pretty moderately, so to say. So this house, first of all, Perfumekart belongs to Sunny Arora, and you can definitely contact him to buy any of these. So 30 ml starts at 499 rupees, 50 ml is about 850, and 100 ml is about 1699. Okay, and I think I don't really remember how much I paid for the samples though, but not very much at all. Pretty decently priced in terms of their samples, but you should definitely explore their discovery set. Okay, so that is something that you should definitely explore, because this is where you really have the value for money component. Okay, so while the private blends are their creations and they're really good, especially Dreamcatcher and Wooden Spice, for the kind of money that you pay, it's really good for that particular price point. Definitely feels upmarket and good quality ingredients, no doubt about that. So you can definitely consider those. But discovery set is where there is a lot of magic happening. And just to recap, or just to let you know, so you can get fragrances inspired from niche houses, or you can get fragrances inspired from designer houses with them, and they come in this nice beautiful box. And then you also have let me just pull this out. Okay, so you have this kind of bottles, and you get about 8 ml into 5, so 40 ml, and I think you can get this for about 999 rupees. So definitely nicely done discovery sets, especially you want to try their inspirations. So for example, I did get Creed Viking and by Killian Straight to Heaven and all of that. I have tried, but this video would not be enough. The time on this video would not be enough for a full review for these. I will do this separately at some point of time. But definitely Creed Viking that I tried and Straight to Heaven, these two just stood out for me because Creed Viking was really good in my opinion. So I will do a complete detailed review later for their inspired versions, but you can definitely consider their discovery set as well, and then you can definitely look at their private blends, right? So this is Perfumekart by Sunny Arora. This one element is their discovery set. Second is the private blends. They do have another 3 or 4 more in their collection, so you can definitely try others as well. I would be definitely trying out others. I can definitely do another review for them. And so that is my view about the private blends from the house of Perfumekart. So if you like the content that I bring, please like and subscribe. In the next few days, I have videos coming from Ruhaniyat. I will have from La Fragrantias and many other things. So do subscribe and do like my channel and share them with your friends who are looking for good, affordable Indian houses to start their fragrance journey. Okay, so on that note, my name is Rodney. Take care. Bye now.